Taoiseach, the Global Ireland 2025 puts a lot of emphasis on our culture, art and heritage. But then most of its initiatives are essentially about punting, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with them, but punting our reputation around the world. But we're not doing what we should be doing, which is actually nurturing, supporting those who produce the art, the literature, the music, the film, and so on. So if you look at, for example, we were talking about wage rates in this country. The two lowest earning sectors in our economy are retail workers and arts workers, right? Miserably low paid, most of them no job security, in episodic situations, living in many cases in poverty. Interesting that by those two groups are also the worst hit during COVID, but we needed them most. So we don't actually give the support to the people in arts and culture, even though we're quite happy to punt around the world our reputation, and we spend 1/6 of what the EU average is on arts and culture in this country. And there's been no significant, really, increase, a little bit of an increase during COVID, but not anything to the level that you have elsewhere. So let's match words with deeds if we want to support our fantastic, rich heritage and the creative talent that does exist in this country. Let's actually give them decent incomes, give them employment security, you know, end the scandal in the film industry where nobody has a job but we spend hundreds of millions every year, or where performers don't get royalties because they're forced onto buyout contracts when they work on films and TV productions and so on. Let's match the words about culture with deeds to support the artists, the technicians and the performers in arts and culture.
Deputy Boyd Barrett, I take your point. I think Ireland does, you know, in terms of our reputation and so on, I think we're one of the highest Nobel Peace Prize in literature. I think per capita the highest Booker Prize winners. We do support the arts. There has been an increase this year. I know Minister Catherine Martin is working to try and create more embedded structures to support artists. And in my view, it's the first rationale for that is to develop creativity within our own country and within our own society, and to give a prioritisation to the arts, the flowering of the arts, that young people would aspire to be artists, writers, performers, musicians and so on. We do need to create a sustainable base for that. I wouldn't understate the progress that has been made over the decades and over the years. More can always be done, and we have to take lessons from the COVID experience. But I remember organising the first I think we called it the Global Irish Economic Conference during 2009 or 10 when I was Minister for Foreign Affairs. And it was people of the Irish diaspora who were involved in senior positions across the globe who came back in. They did a bit of working that weekend. They came back with the idea that the most important calling card for Ireland is its creativity, is its, dare I say, prowess in the arts, in creativity and so on. And these were people that wouldn't maybe ordinarily agree with your sort of financial or economic positions, but it was interesting it came from them. And that's never left me.
Move now to question.